All right, cool.
Okay, so I meant to watch the recap before we did this, but I got sidetracked by trying to get that thing done with Fate Grand Order. So, anyways,
Understandable.
with that being said, welcome to the Judgment of Bosmia. So, I don't know if we're going to cut it out, so just in case, if I do cut it out, I was just talking about, like, I didn't watch the recap. I actually been busy this week, so I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what we talked about last. I know that it was about information about what's going on with the mist and the creatures code as the Seirus, and the party just found, at least Pink did. Pink found some information out about what's going on with this town and such like that. With that, I believe Arai and Artorias went to go check down or checking downstairs.
Yeah, because the
Yeah,
stairs
that's.
broke on me the moment I stepped on them.
Hey man, we all can't be fat, okay?
Hey, I'm not fat. I'm a rather athletic
I mean,
dude.
I'm
It's
the
just
happy one saying that.
Hey man,
I,
look,
I just
it
got
doesn't
unlucky,
help.
my dude.
It doesn't help that you rolled a natural one. Okay,
Yeah, it was that bad.
it was literally just bad luck. That's
I mean,
it.
look, I get it. I mean, we all weigh a certain different thing. I mean, it happens.
This,
I
anyways,
guess. I rolled
anyways.
20 for intelligence, but it still failed.
Hey man, happens.
Yeah.
It happens. And honestly, sometimes the natural one is actually like not the greatest thing for you, but story wise, like a
It'll
natural
make it
one
more
could be
entertaining.
awesome
Yeah, that
because
too.
it makes it more interesting. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to once again reference Aroas for this because like Aroas like it still has one of my favorite natural ones that I've seen, and it was just it was an amazing scene. Like it sucks seeing it because I'm rooting for the characters, but I also like the scene was like, oh, it was excellent.
All right. Yeah, makes sense.
So honestly, rolling a natural one like is not necessarily a bad thing. Like, yeah, you don't want to roll natural ones, but honestly, sometimes the best scenes can happen from just rolling poorly.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
Tina Beat obviously tripping on the stairs was hilarious, to say the
Yeah,
least.
exactly. That was funny. That's a natural one. That was funny.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And then we also had Cribs.
Yeah,
Missed
honestly,
opportunities.
I'm gonna probably go say Crib's probably not gonna be a part of the campaign anymore. If unless he says otherwise, like I'll because it sounds like he's not gonna be able to make it. I'm gonna put his character on hiatus for now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna treat his character more that he stayed back in town with the temple now instead because he really didn't do much along the way here, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna treat it. His character is back in town at the temple hanging out. So he's
Yeah.
there, but he's not there.
Uh-huh.
All right. With that being said, so I know it's been a week since we last talked about it, but what does Aquazilas do with this information that he got from last week?
Well, like I said, I was gonna head back down the ruined staircase to the other. I mean, there was nothing else up there, right?
Uh, make it. You know what? Just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and do an investigation check for me. I'll have Sarvati roll as well.
Okay. Ah, there we go. There's the intelligence I expected.
Investigation.
I'm not doing much on a 4.
Well, Sarvati rolled a 15, so
My investigation checks last week 16, 17, 19. This week 4.
what was the last thing I told you? I think it was something about the Seru possess the people, right?
Yeah, let's see. Hunter's missing. This is acting abnormal. making monsters, the Seru aggressive, something more aggressive than the monsters of the city. There's something more aggressive than the monsters. There's something else that's more aggressive than the monsters of the city. Uh, Giant face with orange eyes. Then there's the Mayor Cyan flees city to find answers. 5th month, Seru starts possessing hunters. Then the Genesis tree can help, but it's in a derelict. Or yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I will say that Sarvati will find one other book, and it's kind of hidden. Like it's not super well hidden, but it's a little hidden, and it looks very very old. And she opens it gently, and she looks it over. Let me pull up Sarvati's information right quick to double check something. No, it wouldn't be one of those. Okay, so she looks at it a little bit, and she calls you over. See if you with the book in her hand still.
Okay.
Do you wish to go over to look at the book?
I mean, might as well at this point. I mean,
Okay. What language do you speak?
oh god, let me. Common and Draconic. That's it.
Mm,
I'm highly unga bunga.
okay, probably wouldn't. I'd have to double check what ones there are. But I'm going to say for now, no. Okay, so yeah. Okay, yeah. So you go over to her, you see this book in her hands, and it's full of different runes you've never seen before. Or it looks like it might be, but from what you could tell, there's pictures of all sorts of different creatures, and two of them you recognize because you've seen them recently.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Howdy.
All right. So I believe that's our newest player. So what's going to happen is with your character Ace, I'm going to go ahead and introduce him a little bit later. So for right now, I'm just giving some background information on what's going on. So we will get to your character in just a moment. Okay. Sound good?
Wait, what?
I was just saying that we're currently talking about some background information about what's going on in the current situation. I was going to introduce your character, but not right this second. I have an idea on how, but I just need a moment before I can get to that. Okay.
I thought my character was already introduced. We already
Oh,
fought each other away.
your thing's not the normal nickname. That's why I got
Bear?
confused.
Gray Bear?
Yeah, your thing saying Gregory's iPhone on the Zoom. I'm used to the other one that you used. That's why I got confused. Sorry.
I'll change that.
Okay. Anyways, while you do
sorry.
while you do that, I was expecting the new player to come in. That's why I was. Yeah. Anyways, long story short, um, anyways, all right. So you see all these different images of different creatures and stuff like that. Some more like normal looking, if that makes sense, like more like just normal creatures, like something you would see on a daily basis kind of thing. And some of them look more exotic a little bit. Some like stone golems that excuse me, that look like they're made more of like a silver than actual stone. And then you see creatures that are flying creatures that have essentially stone-like bones, but the wing itself is like an energy that's coming off of it, and it's translucent.
Okay, fixed.
Okay. So with that being said, what do you guys want to do with the book? And this is going for Pink specifically.
I'll have Sovereignty just hold on to the book for right now.
Okay,
She
she'll
obviously
nod.
could read it better than huh?
She can't read it either, so that's why she asked you over. But at the
Oh,
least,
gotcha. Well,
but
I mean,
it's
I
Phil.
still, I think she'd be probably easier for her to carry the book right now at the moment, just because I know that me carrying it, I'm always in the line of danger. Might not be the best idea.
Okay. All right. So Sarvati will go ahead and put it there into her back, and yeah. Was there anything else she wants to do?
I mean, if there's really nothing else upstairs at this point in time, probably just be best to start heading our way back downstairs to meet up with the rest of the group.
Okay. Just remember that the stairs are broken. So, but while we're talking about that, let's go ahead and go over to the other group. So the other group would be y'all, which is Artorias, Brave Bear, and Thrai. Y'all are downstairs right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, where do you want to check first?
Well, my
This is all
original idea
happening at the
was-
same time of what just happened with them.
My original idea was searching the place to see if we can find a basement or something.
Okay. I think I remember something like that. It does sound familiar. Okay.
So do we roll our perception to see if we see it?
This stuff this is kind of like at the moment, like I'm going to see what I do. I'm going to think about what I do with this. For now, I'm going to treat it as you're just looking around the general area first, so I'm going to describe it. So right now, you saw Aquazealous and Sarvati go up the stairs, and because of Artorias's little fun, he kind of broke the stairs a little bit more. So it's going to be harder to go up the stairs, but you guys agreed to stay downstairs. As for what is around, this stairway connects to the kitchen, to a kitchen kind of like area with a large table, almost metal looking like table that looks relatively clean. A few things on it, like a cutting board and stuff like that. A few knives hanging from the ceiling on some hooks and such like that. You see behind that is a cast iron stove and some wood in the actual cast iron stove. It looks like they had not been burned yet. They look like they may have been preparing to start, but not actually. And the actual kitchen in itself looks rather well stocked with a couple barrels here and there with some food probably in them. There's a small little looking box that if you get close to it, it feels cold, so it's kind of like a makeshift fridge, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, if you look, you see essentially from where you're standing in the doorway, just straight ahead, it literally is another doorway to the room that you guys came from, which was the living room. And that's where you guys had to, I believe, were trying to hide from the creatures going on around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right, the flying creatures. And you look a little bit to your left, and you do see a door. It's a bit left to the door, the doorway of the living room.
All right.
So, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna check it.
Okay.
See where it leads.
How do you check it?
Well, first I'm gonna try to see if it's open. The regular way. I'm not just gonna kick it down.
Okay. You grab the handle. Do you try to open it?
Yes.
Okay. The door is locked.
All right.
You look down and you see a very simple keyhole.
Hmm.
I don't feel
So
like trying to
either
figure out a puzzle right now, so.
Yeah, understandable.
I
So
know
either
that
me
we're
or
supposed to
you-
like find the key, but I feel just like breaking down the door.
I mean, honestly, I feel like doing the same.
I mean, I'm gonna give you a reminder right quick that the front door of this place was warded. Like,
Ah, damn it.
remember that when
So probably
Artorias,
does, yeah.
if I remember right, Artorias tried to grab it early, the front door, and it didn't work.
Yeah, because it's goddess. That's why. Godist, Godist, Godist.
And when someone else succeeded, it ended up burning them with a symbol.
No, when someone failed, they got burned.
Ah,
That was
Remember-
you.
Remember, I kicked the door open. The door was like, "Hey, how's it going?"
But who's to say that would work again?
I mean, again,
I don't know. I'm not preventing you from doing anything. But to be fair, I'm talking about these three because you're upstairs. This is all happening while you discover all this information.
I pretty much have half my HP, so I'm not gonna try and risk it. Someone else do it.
best time to risk it.
For biscuits?
Yeah, so just because I missed my buddy in a different campaign doesn't mean I'm gonna risk it for a biscuit just to use him.
Shut up. I know what you're talking about. Shut up.
Yeah, you know you miss him too.
Hey, look. I gave another pupper, okay?
I mean, yeah, bring it my pupper. Not yet, at least.
Anyways,
Anyway, who wants to kick out the door?
doesn't even have to be kicked down the door. It could be literally whatever you want to do.
Do this the adventurous way. We kick things down.
I got a good idea. I'm gonna glance through the keyhole to see if what's in the room is actually worth it.
I forgot the thing had a keyhole to look through.
I mean, I literally said it had a simple keyhole. Anyways, moving on. No, I think that would be fine. You see darkness on the other side, but you do if you look slightly down, you do see some stairs, very close to the door, but it's still very, very faint that you can see them. As in, there's no light behind this door.
So I asked if anyone can shoot, a fireball through the keyhole so I can see more.
I mean, I have dark vision, so I could look through, but I'm probably not gonna be able to not that much. So it's probably we just figured out the usual way. So either we.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting on you guys. That's all. Oh wait, sorry.
To activate the damn trap.
Sorry, interesting. I didn't have Discord up. How many rooms are there downstairs again? From what you've seen thus far, you've seen 2. Your hand did not like that. Yeah, that was your hand, not Torius. My bad.
We need to make another room here soon.
Yeah, I see that. I'm just going to answer interesting thing he says. I'm going to go towards the barrels and see if there's anything over there or maybe concealed underneath the barrels. Okay. Give me a strength check. While I try to make a new room, give me a strength check. Not a save, strength check. Interesting. Ow. Ow. All right. I'm going to end the meeting right quick and be right back.
Got it. That sucks.
Well, that happened.
I'm gonna say it right now, man. Our rolls have been great today. 4 and a 1.
Delicious.
I mean, you know what? We're starting off just like every other session, low and slow, and at the end, it's like it ramps up. But like at the beginning, it's like, oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So just so we're aware, that was a natural 1 on a strength check with no modifier. Yeah, you try to move the barrels. It ain't doing jack. The barrels will have only. If the barrels could move, they'd be moving you.
Barrels
wow.
have personality.
All right, I'm gonna try to see if I can help him out on that front.
I mean, only if he wants to do it again.
I mean,
Okay,
it's a worth check
so-
in just in case.
It's up to interesting.
So I get an idea. So how big is the keyhole?
Not very big. Maybe like maybe an inch tall. Not even an inch wide.
As a druid, I can shapeshift. You do know that, right? So I can maybe go through the hole, but then
Shapeshift
there's a monster,
into
they're just squashed.
shapeshift into certain animals with certain challenge ratings or something like that. But yes,
Shapeshift into an animal. That's a key.
Although I don't want to transform into a cricket and then hop in there and then get crushed by a monster. So
Mm-hmm.
tough
Or
choices.
eaten.
What could fit through a keyhole?
I mean,
An octopus would probably fit, but not sure if he's a fan of that.
there's also the thing is that you got to keep in mind he has only a certain challenge rating he goes up to, which I don't know what an octopus's challenge rating is off the top of my head.
Seems legit. You know, at this point, we're gonna be spending a lot more time just trying to get this door open than actually opening it.
Well, I keep seeing interesting typing, and I'm trying to see what he's going to do.
I keep seeing that too.
Which, by the way, for people watching this, it's literally the reason why Interesting's not talking this weekend is because he had some fun times this weekend. So, or recently, I should say. I'm not going to say what. It's not up to me. But long story short is that it's preventing him from talking right now. He's typing out what he does. Anyways, so while you're thinking on that, let's see. Let me check something. Okay. Also, I'm gonna bring my video up, see if it doesn't. Oh, for God's sake! I think I know what happened here. Don't switch. We're gonna see if it doesn't screw with my internet this week.
Hopefully.
Anyways, so I will say you guys do hear some noise outside. You hear you hear the creatures that you saw earlier. I will tell you that because you hear wings flapping.
Oh, those fuckers are gonna. Oh no.
Yep.
Oh no.
Now, from what you can tell, they're flying around the house, so they don't know where exactly you may be.
So if we make any noise, they could blow. Shit. What attracted them though?
Probably that not one.
I mean,
They do. They knew
Probably.
you're so weak trying to hit that door.
Last time they did notice us no matter how much we messed up. One of them probably did, but that's besides the point.
Maybe.
I'm guessing there's no covers on the windows.
You know, strange enough, you look around this kitchen, there's no windows.
What the hell? Huh. So that thing probably won't notice us at least. depending on if there's a window that's literally peeking into the kitchen. But all right.
What are
So
your passive perceptions?
11 for me, I believe. Yeah.
Perception +6.
No, passive. What is your passive perception? It should be off to the left-hand side.
Oh. 16.
Almost as high as Sarvati's. That's right. I remember now. Let's see. With the 14 and the 16, you do notice that there is a window in the living room. That the doorway, there is no actual door in the doorway, but you do see a window in the living room. But it's about probably about 60 feet away. Maybe a little more. I'll ask you, Pink, what is about the average size of a room? Like lengthwise?
Lengthwise? Depends upon what room you're in.
Let's go with living room and rough kitchen. Simple one.
Living room, like, could be anywhere from, like, I think, like, you could say, like, a 25 by 25 box. That's for, like, on the smaller side, maybe. Like, I say, like, about 30 by 30 would be, like, a typical living room size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then, like, for, like, a kitchen, you're probably looking at about, like, usually they're rectangular.
I'm thinking rectangular, so.
Yeah, they're typically about, like, 20 feet across by 15 feet in length.
Okay.
Or, sorry, 20 feet. Yeah, 20 feet or 15 feet in width. Sorry. Most ceiling heights and places are going to be about 9 foot. If they have high ceilings, if they're low ceilings, they're going to be about 7 foot.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, so yeah, I'd probably go with 60 feet just to make it simple.
All right. I'm not risking it, so I'm gonna hide.
Well,
Unless for some reason I trip, which might happen.
I mean, if you're gonna hide, stealth check. You can't tell me you're gonna do something and then not expect a check. Depending on what you tell me to do, there's gonna be a check.
All right, don't fail me again. Yeah,
16, okay. Yeah, you keep your movement pretty quiet. You don't have to try very hard to hide because the window is just a straight shot in, and there's already a doorway as is in the kitchen, so they would have to look through the window and through the doorway to see something. So there's not a ton of like area they can actually see. They can't see the whole room.
Figured.
And with that roll, you would know where the general blind spots are. Which in the kitchen, there's a good bit. So, and I will say that the barrels that Arai tried to move, there is a blind spot there.
Sweet.
Okay.
All right, anyone else gonna hide, or you just gonna stand there and probably get seen?
I think I'm also gonna try to hide, so I'm gonna do the roll.
I'm gonna say you don't have to do the roll as long as Artorias shares the information.
16. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that.
But if they hear you talking, it's gonna be,
Okay, actually, yeah, go ahead and do the roll. Interesting. Bravery, I'll take your roll. Your roll's fine. You don't have to redo. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you guys are fine. You guys are perfectly fine.
For now.
Well, yeah. Let's see. Passive perception of 6. Oh, survival. Whoops. What is your stealth? Well, what is your stealth modifier?
+4.
+2. And I don't feel like making you re-roll. You got a 20. You got a 20. You keep the 18. It's just a 20 instead of 22. Nah, it's fine. I'm not worried about it. It really isn't that big of a deal in this case. So, and honestly, I'm kind of just like, eh. I don't really feel like running an encounter right now if I can help it. Because I still got a slight bit of that headache I was talking about earlier. So, but yeah. So, anyways, Brave Bear.
Yep.
With a passive perception of 16, I think you would probably be the only one to notice this. But you do hear the sound of flying in a different direction from where you guys currently are. And it sounds like it's going away. And the only reason why only you notice it is because they're on the opposite side of the house.
Ew.
What do you do with this information?
Keep it to myself because I don't want to be like, hey guys, they're gone, and then it turns out that three only flew away. Now there's 20 here.
Okay. Just remember that your characters don't know this, so do not try to metagame. That's all I ask. Okay, so with that information, I also will say you do notice something shimmering in the corner behind a barrel.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide from whatever that thing is.
I said shimmering, as in it's glow. It's like something reflected light off of it.
I mean, who's
Oh,
opposed to
then I guess I'll crawl towards it. I guess.
Yeah, only Brave Bear noticed this. Yes,
Ah.
so don't worry. Interesting. Yeah. It's still literally only Brave Bear, and I'm gonna say Brave Bear that it's actually like right next to you, so you don't have to make a stealth check.
Okay.
Yeah, don't do any rolls until I propped it because there might not
Okay.
be a need.
Okay. So what's
These barrels
the
are very
objective?
interesting. Yeah. Well. Okay, so remind me, how tall and such were you? Your character, Brave Bear.
Uh, uh,
That's right.
5'2".
So not super big. Yeah. So
Oh,
that's fine.
actually, it's 4'2".
Yeah, that should be fine then. Okay. So you look. So you did say you did want to look at the glinting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the glint you see came from a key from behind the barrels. Now, there's only a very small gap in between the barrels and the wall. And these barrels are heavy. Like, you don't even need to try to push it to know that they're heavy.
Um, how do I cast the shapeshift? I don't say it on my sheet. Is it under spells
I think
or?
it's an ability, but are you sure you don't want to just try to reach for it first? Your hand might be able to slip through.
Yes, but there could be, spiders and like who knows.
I'm
So
going to
I'm
tell
just
you
gonna.
right now, I hate spiders, so I'm going to avoid those as much as possible.
Okay. Then I guess I'm gonna try to grab it
Snakes.
first.
Pink would know this very much so. I hate spiders.
I've dealt with them my entire life, same as snakes, so I'm not really necessarily afraid of them.
I hate spiders. Anyways, moving on. So you said you're going to reach for it?
Yep.
Okay. Give me a d20 roll, no modifiers. Just give me a d20.
How would I do that?
It should be on the left-hand side of your character sheet, and just click on the d20 and then roll.
Left side of character.
There should be a dice symbol to the bottom left.
Oh God.
Hmm.
Spider
Interesting.
time.
Interesting.
4.
Okay. Cool. You feel something brush against your hand. It's fuzzy.
I jump back and yell at the top of my lungs.
Okay.
And yes, even though it might attract, creatures, it's just what my character would do.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, y'all.
Everyone make perception checks. Everyone.
Oh boy, I can't wait to to roll a natural one. Like usual. For once, I rolled an alright one.
Still could be. You guys hear one set of wings flying back.
Ah. Back to hiding. I mean, then again, we were hiding in the first place.
Also, when you move back, Braybear, you see what brushed against your hand. It was a rat
Oh.
that scurries across the room.
Yeah, I figured it probably would have been a rat if it's fuzzy. I mean, could have been a tarantula, but I know you don't like spiders at this point, so.
Maybe I just wanted some warp stone.
You mean warp dust?
Nope, warp stone specifically.
I'm telling you, man, that warp dust is where it's at.
Boy,
I can see a day where you decide, yeah, I'm a DM, so I'm just gonna act upon these players' greatest fears.
hey man, look, if I was doing that, I would ask you specifically, what is your greatest fears?
Understandable.
I chose a rat because specifically, like, the people that watch me when I streamed know exactly why. Pink probably knows why. I'm gonna say probably. Not necessarily does, but probably.
I mean, Skaven, but yes.
Yes, sir. Not yes. Yes.
I remember those things from Skyrim.
They're not. I mean, they might be. They might be in Skyrim, but I don't know if they're called Skaven.
They are.
They're called Skaven.
Yeah, they are huge.
Okay.
Yeah, giant rats are used in a lot of things, and they're called Skaven when they're using them.
I honestly thought that would have been a trademark term for Games Workshop. To be fair.
I gotta remember, Games Workshop got sued for Space Marine, and they had to change up all the Depth of Astartes.
I mean, I knew that. I just didn't
Anyway, do
really.
we still hide or should we hide? Again.
Well, that depends. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I mean, something's coming back. I'm pretty sure I'm the one that noticed it too with my 16, which is surprising. I
I'm
usually
gonna say
roll.
pretty much. I'm probably gonna say everyone noticed it.
Oh,
I got a 9. I don't know how I noticed that on a 9.
Let's just say it rolled bad.
Oh,
all right.
it was trying to be stealthy. It rolls bad. Huh, that's weird.
I mean, it might have screeched in the night. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes, it read in the night.
Screeched.
I know what I said.
Shut up.
Anyway.
Okay, well, I'm saying I'm saying it again just in case I didn't say it properly, because I know how I can be sometimes.
Oh, oh, don't worry.
I tell the party that I see something shiny in the corner and it's just out of my reach. And I'm not gonna tell them about the rat though.
Well, you all saw the rat. It scurried across the room.
Yeah.
Well, it might come back. Who knows?
The rat. I mean, that's dependable.
Interesting.
Well, it might be more than one.
our enemy is currently also looking for us, so
Interesting.
Since you told us where the position is, I'm gonna try and hide near the chest, not the chest, the barrel, to see if I can reach
Specifically, Thorai and Artorias. What direction were you facing? East being where the doorway leading to the living room.
East. Yeah, I guess that'd be east.
Okay. I want a perception check from Artorias and interesting, please.
All right then.
Okay.
Can't wait to mess up again. Yep, that seems like my usual rolls.
Cool. Thorai, you hear the scurrying of the rat. And it's behind you, by the way. This is all going on behind you. Just waiting for him to type out his response, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. It actually kind of does matter. So give me an initiative check. Give me an initiative roll. Okay. Okay. You do spin around fast enough to see this rat. What Right Rare doesn't notice, because he was freaking out, is that there's a key in its mouth. And it was scurrying along the way into the undercorner. Because you had an initiative roll of 20, I'm going to give you a chance to do something. What do you want to do? Because you see this key in this rat's mouth.
Also, it's a rat, so it don't. So it doesn't matter too much if it dies. So.
Oh, rude. Maybe it does matter. You don't know it.
It's a rat that has no sense of morality.
You know, it could be a possible NPC in the future.
You never know what the rat has or what the rat
Could
is.
just hold up the kingdom with a gun and actually kill the king off, and then be the actual king of the kingdom and burn down the entire village and kill everybody.
Exactly.
Don't know. I mean,
you never know. That rat could have a family that decides to try and have revenge on us in the future.
Are we about to have another Hebe here?
Another Hebe?
Fire off the ice knife. Give me a hit roll. Cool. So it's a rat. It's dead. But what was the thing on the ice knife?
Oh no.
Damn. Wanted to use that rat as bait. Just grab it and throw it out the window. It might have gotten that thing's attention.
Okay. But isn't there a check involved? Where is it? Okay. I need Gray Bear and Artorias to make dexterity checks.
That's not a good situation.
Yep, they were.
Oh, 22. Well, that is.
What's the DC?
You gotta be kidding me.
What's the DC?
The honey badger's about to care. You're about to make it go against its own nature.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Roll 2d6.
Oh my god.
Take 7 damage, Artorias.
Nice.
As the ice knife pierces your skin.
Damn it.
Like
Yep,
I said, are
I'm
we
down
about to have
losing
another
HP.
Kiwi?
I hope not.
I'm gonna go get the
Currently
key
at
from the
that
rat's patty.
HP.
I mean, the rat's
I'm currently
exploded.
a very sensitive flower.
The rat exploded.
Oh god, its guts are probably all over the place. Got all over my face and everything, probably.
It's everywhere. It's even in my rat. It's in my rat guts.
Oh god, it's even on the ceiling.
Oh god. Not only that, I also took damage, so.
Interesting.
This is a sort of war story to tell in the future.
Interesting. Letter I. Make a D20 roll. Just straight D20. Ooh. Some of its blood got on your mouth.
Come on! Dude!
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh god, I hope this is how I die.
Okay.
How did your honey badger die today?
No, I didn't. I didn't say
Not from a rat.
Artorias. I said only Thorai. Maybe the DM's punishing you for killing off a favorite animal.
It's all
Yeah,
right.
be succeeded.
Yeah, I saw the roll. Yeah, you don't feel anything more. But I'll come back to that.
That's
we'll
a
come
warning
back
if
to
I haven't heard one.
Anyways, so you pick up the key. What do you do with it? I mean, you try to avoid assuming if you can in D&D. Because you never know. So who wants to open the door? Are we
I
about
ain't
to play
risking it.
nose
I got a
goes?
100 HP.
Are we about to
I
play
can
nose
do it
goes?
I guess I'll open the door if you cowards aren't gonna be able to.
Hey, I
Okay.
got 11 HP, my dude.
So,
And I'm
Thorai,
about
do
to
you
turn.
give Braybear the key? I shall give the key to Braybear. Okay. You are given the key, Braybear.
I try to open the door
Okay.
and hope I don't die.
The door opens.
I want to push him down the stairs, but I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, do you wanna?
I mean, it'll be entertaining, but I don't want to. I'm pretty sure he's a healer, isn't he?
I mean, he's one of
and I
them.
could technically grab onto you and then have us both, go down the stairs.
I mean, that's if
No,
I even succeed and actually try to push you down the stairs.
I mean, once again,
I always look at healers like father figures. I don't know if you really want to try to push the father figure down the staircase.
yeah. You see, I
Would
wasn't
be
gonna.
funny though.
well, I'm just gonna put it this way. It's not about what you would do. It's what would your character do.
I don't know, my character wouldn't do that unless he's like extremely bored. But I'm not gonna do that anyways.
Once again, it's all about what would your characters do. That just keep that in mind.
Mhm.
It's more entertaining when you try not to metagame it. So, anyways, the door's open. There is no light into this basement. You can see stairs because of the lighting slightly in the room, but otherwise you don't see anything past the stairs. Just a very dark stairway down.
Well, I don't have dark vision, so it's time.
Yeah, I would say a
for
lantern is
someone else.
I would say a lantern's probably the source of the lighting in the room. I would probably say you would probably see it over the table where they have the cutting board at. And what was that, Brayware? Sorry, I was trying to talk to interesting about something he asked.
I can't see in the dark, so time for someone else to go in because I can't
Thankfully,
see.
you're short, and I'm 6 foot tall and maybe a bit taller, so I can just, obviously look over you.
How about you go in first, and I'll heal you? Okay? It's harder to heal myself if I'm dead.
Well, yeah, that's true. All right, fine. Guess I'm going down first. Don't tell me I fall down the stairs.
Or fall through.
I was gonna say fall through the stairs at this point.
I'll go back him up. Okay. All right, so you all three start going down the stairs then? Who's in front?
Me.
I'm staying at the top until I know it's safe.
Supposedly you were going to heal him, but okay.
Well, it has a range, so.
I mean, there's also healing word. Yeah. I was also thinking healing touch, but whatever. Anyways. So who is going down the stairs? I need to know. I know Artorias is.
First. Yeah.
Rayware's staying up. Cool. All right. So Thrai and Artorias go down the stairs. Artorias, you said you have dark vision, right?
120 feet.
Okay. Thrai. Dark vision is 60 feet. Okay. You go down this stairway, and I'm going to ask you, are you going fast or are you going slow?
I'm going rather slow. To be careful, you don't want to have another stairs incident.
I'm going slow as well? Okay. You slowly and deftly walk down this stairway. The wood creaking, eerily quiet, but yet unbearably loud in the silence that you hear in this darkness. And while you could see with the black and white vision, it doesn't change the fact that it makes it all the more eerie, all the more unsettling. You continue to walk down this stairs, and it feels like impossibly long. You finally reach the bottom. You look around the room, and it just looks like a normal basement. Tools everywhere, such as a hoe, a rake. What are those things called? Those scythe-like things. Shoot. Essentially one of those the hand scythes.
Sickles?
Yeah, that sickle, thank you. You see some sickles there for cutting for like different various wheats and stuff like that. And then you see something laying on the ground. In the center of the room. What do you do?
This guy tried his luck in the gacha. Well, I mean, I'm gonna try and check it out first. Very carefully, though.
Alright. I'm waiting for interesting to respond. Falling behind, braiding up a tangle. Okay. As you turn fully toward this thing in the middle, you notice a distinct human shape to it.
Ooh.
However, there's one thing different about it. There's something latched to it on the back of its head. A stone-like ephesus with looks like almost claws attached into its head.
Oh god, it's Alien vs Predator all over again.
There is a unsettling feeling to it as you look a little bit closer. This emphasis that is attached to this human-like figure is almost buried into their flesh. It's almost completely merged with them. What do?
Well, my first thought is to, well, kill it. If it is alive, kill it.
How do you tell if it's alive?
I don't know. I don't want to risk poking it, considering this thing's currently attached to someone's head, probably deep in their flesh. Don't know how long it's been there, so don't know the process. I don't even know what the thing is, so I have to be very cautious about this. I don't know if the thing's gonna decide to pull a jump scare on me and try to jump on my face. Hmm.
I can tell you that this creature doesn't look like it's breathing, as in the human-like creature.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the
Breathe
human-like
and
creature
move.
probably wouldn't be breathing. Hmm.
I
All
know.
right.
This is stuff you've never seen before.
Exactly. I don't want to risk it. All right. Hmm.
So you can't say with any certainty that it is indeed something that is dead or alive.
Well, I mean, has interesting seen this either? I mean, I'm pretty sure he has, but
Who has?
it's interesting.
Well, he went BRB, so.
Ah, damn. So
But
it's
I
just
will
basically.
say that this is probably something interesting has never seen either.
Hmm.
Because I
So.
will also note that this whole thing going on with this village, this is happening nowhere else, something you all know of.
Hmm.
This is the
Got
first
it.
time you've ever encountered these kind of creatures before.
Hmm. All right. Hmm. How to deal with it?
While we're waiting anyways, I will go ahead and say, Artorias, as you're looking around, you see a workbench. And on the workbench is something almost glowing.
All right.
As you get a little bit of a closer look, not by necessarily moving forward, but just kind of like focusing on the actual item, it has a almost tear-shaped form, but it's more, it almost looks like an egg.
Oh.
And this game is giving a very faint glow. Very faint. You're just waiting for people to join. Okay. So just to make sure, interesting. Did you hear what I was talking about or no? At the end of that.
Did not hear.
Okay, did you hear about the egg that was going on? Okay, so you both would notice this. There is an egg-like shape, I guess form is the word I'm going to go with here, on the workbench on the other side of the room. And it's giving a very faint green glow. But it's not very harsh when I mean that. I mean, it's very gentle. And it's almost pulsating. Not like a heartbeat, but kind of almost like fading in and out slowly. Kind of thing. Like it takes a couple moments to flash, like to fade in and then fade out.
All right. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna go check out on that egg while you keep a close eye on the possible alive thing that's currently holding on to a corpse. Don't want that thing trying to jump on me when I'm, not paying attention.
All right. This is what interesting said. All right. So what I need then is I need. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's make it a dexterity saving throw from you, Artorias.
Oh, come on! Everything's out to get me for some reason.
No, I'm actually just trying to change it up a little bit.
Ah, that's the wrong one. Thank God that's the wrong one too. I rolled 4. That's even worse.
You got a 4 from that. So. Okay, so as you walk over, you kind of stumble a little bit. You stumble. What I mean by stumble is you accidentally hit the arm of the thing. You don't completely fall over, but you do stumble a good bit. You manage to get to the other side without really hurting yourself, though.
Oh, thank God.
Honestly, I'm just trying to make it instead of like always doing like a perception check or something like that. I'm trying to change it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured dexterity would be proper here.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. At least I didn't roll a 1. That things probably could have ended it worsely.
Maybe. Who knows? Never know.
Who knows? We won't know until that situation actually comes by.
So, with that being said, you're over at the SEG. What do you do?
Well, although I'm very cautious of it, considering it's giving off this warm, glowing feeling that it seems to be glowing every single time. Apparently, in the rhythm of a heartbeat, I'm gonna touch it.
No, I said it wasn't at a rate of a heartbeat. It's literally like fade in slowly, fade out cool, kind of slowly too. So it's kind of like a few seconds in, a few seconds out.
All right. Still gonna touch it though.
Okay. Make a. What's your best stat minus Constitution?
My best stat, managed Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my strength.
Mm-hmm. What's your best mental stat, like intelligence, wisdom, and charisma?
You mean in saving throws or in general?
We'll do saving throws.
Saving throws, my best mental stat would, well, all of them are 1s.
I'll let you choose which one is good you feel like, and roll that one. That's a saving throw.
All right then. Well, that's better than nothing.
Okay. 14. Yeah, it was cocked. Okay. You feel a presence in this thing, but it doesn't really react to you.
Figured.
But it doesn't reject you. What do you do?
Interesting. Well, considering it doesn't seem to mind my presence, considering it didn't seem to resonate nor refuse me, I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay. What are you going to do with this egg?
Well, currently I'm gonna keep it and basically pass it around to my party members and see if it resonates with any of them. You know.
Well, there's only one person with you right now.
And he's currently keeping an eye on the possible enemy that could have snuck up on me. So, I mean, it's currently just him and me at the moment, but
Yeah.
still gonna check that out when we're all together.
Yep. Okay, so are you going to walk back over to Thry?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Might as well keep an eye around the entire room too, just to make sure if there's anything else.
Okay.
Anything useful, at least.
Make a investigation check, both of you. Unless you are completely focused on the thing, Thry, then make it with disadvantage. And I want you to be fair about this. Think about it. Like, is your character highly focused on this thing, or too focused, so disadvantage? Okay. All right. Well, by the way, it would have been not great either way. So, okay. So he rolled a 3 and a 4 for his roll at disadvantage. A 12. What way are you facing? Are you facing towards Thry, or are you facing towards this workbench still?
Towards Thry.
Thry? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. All right. You don't really see anything out of the ordinary.
All right.
All right. So what do? You going to go back over to Thry now?
Yeah, I'd say we just head out of the basement.
Okay. Were you going to have him check the egg before you left, or were you going to have him wait until you get back upstairs?
Wait until we get back upstairs.
Okay. Cool. So, I'm going to have you guys go back up the stairs. How are you going back up the stairs?
I'm gonna go back up the stairs first, considering I'm trying to get healed that bad. I'm not trying to be a sensitive flower at the moment.
Okay.
So,
I guess my question. Sorry to interrupt you, Brave Bear, but I guess my question is, how are you walking up the stairs?
Well, slowly, considering I have the egg. I don't want to trip and have anything probably happen to it. God knows how important this thing could be in the future.
Letting Interesting respond right quick.
Mm-hmm.
So Artorias said slow. Interesting says slowly looking at the creature. Okay, so slowly looking at the creature, and then once out of sight, I'm going to go back up the stairs normally. Okay. So you're effectively just going slow the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
There's a bit of a problem with that, because I can't see anything, so I don't know what's coming up the stairs. I don't know if it's them or a monster, so I might strike. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you this. There is something coming up with a green glow, and it's fading in very slowly and then fading out very slowly. It's not a like heartbeat. It's like very slow, very slow. Back
panic
in?
breathing.
Kinda. But I'm gonna let you decide what you want to do with that.
Do I still have the key?
What?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna close the door and lock
Oh my
it until I know for sure what it is.
Okay. How do you close the
way-
door?
Not hard. God forbid those, things come back.
Okay. Make a make a stealth check for me.
Self check.
Stealth check, yeah. Okay. 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 Cool. Oh, wait, there's one other. Interesting. Okay. Okay, yeah. You close the door silently and no real noise made. Minus the door locking. Now that you guys are walking back the stairs and the doors have been closed, it is completely dark. But you do have dark vision, so.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so what do you do?
Well, I would knock on the door, but my hands are currently busy, so I'm just gonna tell him to, open the door, unless he decides to ask for a password or something. Otherwise, that's just eh.
Alright, what do you say?
Uh, what do I say? I guess I'm just gonna say it's Artorias.
Then I decide to open up the door.
Okay, I'm gonna give Interesting a chance to respond right quick. I saw him typing, so. All good? Okay. Okay, check one other thing. Cool. Okay, yeah, you open up the door and you let him through. You see the egg in his hand. Well, hands, I should say, probably. Not hand.
Mm-hmm.
Once
So
I'm
I
up.
ask them what in the world is the egg thing.
Well, before we do that, once I'm up, just going to tell Braybear and Drugadic to shut the door and let them know about the strange creature thing on the body down there. I'm reading what Interesting is saying as his response.
Oh.
So he's telling you in Druidic to shut the door and tell you essentially what they saw down there.
I'm gonna leave the door open.
Okay. That's up to you.
I could bite us in the ass later, but all right. All right. So, how long do we spend in the basement? We're, basically downstairs searching, considering we don't know how long it's been upstairs, so we'd only know once they get down.
Probably about maybe 10 minutes. Wasn't very long. Was not very long indeed.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to tell the entire party about what the hell we found downstairs. For all we know, at least one of us could have the information, either that or know what to do.
The upstairs search, like in the kitchen? Probably going on while everything is going on upstairs. Maybe 5 minutes. Like, you didn't do exactly a ton in the kitchen, so probably only 5 minutes. All right, what spell exactly is still going on? Just so as a reminder. Okay, gotcha. Making sure, that's all. Okay. I mean, to be fair, like no one knows that information, Braybear, so unless you tell them yourself. But about this time, like 15 minutes have passed. So I think by this time, I would probably say that Akozelis and Sarvati are just finishing up reading the stuff they found upstairs.
All right.
So I'm going to assume that you, Akozelis, and Sarvati are coming back downstairs now. Because you still
yeah,
technically have Spider Climb.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna question why the hell I'm covered in blood. Probably. Forgot about that.
Oh, we all have blood on us.
I mean, it was your fault, dude. You decided to attack the rat.
Oh,
Splat the
yeah,
rat.
the knife. The
I
ice
mean,
knife.
didn't the knife end up stabbing me too?
It only hit you specifically. Braybar managed to dodge.
Splat the rat.
You. So not only did I get shagged, but I also got blood all over me. Not only my own, but my rats. Hmm. Ooh, that could lead to a bad infection.
Okay. So, with that being said, you guys do hear Sarvati coming downstairs along with Akozelis. What do y'all do?
Well, I guess I just gotta wait for that at the moment.
Well,
What else are we supposed to do?
I mean, at this point, I'm not requiring Akozelis to make a check because he literally could just walk across the wall.
True that.
And the wall's not been really affected.
I'll make sure it's effective by the time I'm done.
That. All right then. The way that sounded was not a good thing.
I'm gonna
But
watch the
we'll
basement door just in case the basement thing comes up. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to do that.
Okay. Cool. Alright, so y'all meet back up downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, what do you do?
Well, first I'm gonna tell them about what's downstairs and what we found there.
Okay. So he informs you about this human-like creature downstairs and how there's a creature kind of merged to its skin on the back of its head. And the egg that he found downstairs that was glowing.
Mm-hmm. So who wants to touch the egg?
Good question.
I called that it.
Wow, you're gonna have to end up holding it eventually, anyways.
Yeah, you're right. I'll hold it as I crack it over a big frying pan and I put it in there. That's what I'll
Oh,
do.
wow. Yeah, that sounds like something you do just when you're bored.
Not when I'm bored, when I'm hungry.
Are you hungry?
I mean, could be.
Well, the question is, do you actually do that?
God, I hope not.
I'm not gonna crack the egg yet. I'm just pointing out that I'm not gonna touch it.
So what I've heard here is the thought of it is just tempting.
No.
All right then. So who wants to touch the egg first? Of
Not me.
course. Jesus Christ! Everyone's over here going like, "Nah, I don't want to touch it."
I mean, it's glowing in your hands, okay? Like,
No, he explains that it's been glowing since he got it downstairs.
well, so don't want to start touching that thing and start going off like some good old game of hot potato.
You're saying here is this might be a bomb.
Yes, yes,
I
I
mean,
am.
true that, but eh, I honestly got no come back to that.
Not saying a thing.
So what I'm hearing here, or what I'm seeing so far, is that no one else wants to touch it.
Let me see. Let me check one thing. Maybe. Sure, I'll do that.
Watch this thing end up being a monster child that just gets too attached to the party.
Wait, so I have an idea. I'm going to cast detect poison and disease on the egg.
Okay.
Good idea. While you're at it, why don't you heal me too?
No. This is more fun this way.
Of course.
Okay, so when he casts that spell, he doesn't detect anything. Make sure you mark off a spell slot.
I did.
Nothing wrong with it. What do you do with this information?
I decide to lie and say it's very poisonous.
Oh my god.
Okay, your characters don't know anything about it then.
If we're poisonous, I'd probably basically be at the edge of death right now.
I cast Healing Word on Notorious to make up some of the damage I cause. Okay, go ahead and cast Healing Word on them then. You get 8 health back. Wow, that's actually a better healing word. Nice.
You got +1 health back.
Sweet.
Damage.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Cool.
look.
Cool. So I can't.
Sometimes healing word just is not great. So it's like, take that. But it is still a spell slot, so mark a spell slot off.
And I'll also try to heal him because he does look in bad shape. So
Okay. What are you casting?
And I basically got shanked. So yeah.
19.
Cool. Heal back up 19. And make sure you mark off the level of the spell slot.
I did.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yep.
Excuse me. Which let me roll
Nice. Back to full HP.
Yeah,
I can do reckless things again. Kinda.
Okay, so while you all are doing that, you see Sarvati touch the egg.
Oh, thank God, someone that has balls.
That doesn't actually have balls.
Yeah, that says something.
I mean,
All right, let's see. Roll was that. Okay. Okay. So the egg does glow slightly brighter when Sarvati touches it, but nothing happens otherwise. It goes back to it's just back in and out.
So I was a bit more of an attachment to her than it does to me at the moment. Understandable.
Or it just could be a coincidence.
Only one way to find out.
If everyone else gave it a touch, but no one else here has the balls to do it.
Well, only one way to find out.
That may be interesting, but he's I don't know what he's doing right now.
I'm just going to be straight up. There's only one way to find out.
Wait. Is Thry gonna touch it?
Last I checked, he said, not me. I'll touch it. Okay.
You know what? I'll take over the basement. That's fine.
Someone take over for the basement. Okay. Akazilas, go ahead and give me a perception check. And regardless of the result, I will get back to that in just a moment. Okay, with that being said, Thorai, roll a saving throw with whatever is your highest mental stat. So intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. Okay, cool. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, the egg stops glowing, but stays just lit up this time. Not very brightly, but it is lit up.
So instead of the usual small glows, now it's just lit up. Interesting.
Alright. You hear a voice in your head. It's very faint, very weak. But the words repeat themselves. Help me. And then you hear two more words once. Genesis tree. And then otherwise you continue to hear the words help me on repeat. Not like it's kind of almost struggling to say the words, but it still manages it. Alright, everything that I just said effectively happened like within an instant, but it felt a lot longer in your head. What do you do with this information? I will say you do stop touching it, though. By the way, I'm going to spell it so you know what it's spelled like. That's all it's already spelled. So, he said, look at Sardi, and his face is kind of like, what was that? Let me do a quick check. This would probably be that. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Knowing this still probably wouldn't be a ton because this isn't super well known information. She sees the look you're giving her, and honestly, she's like, I don't know. There is definite power coming from this egg. But what that power is, I can't say for certain. But whatever it is, it's not hostile. Do you keep what it said to yourself, or do you actually tell the others what it said? Okay, so he is saying Thorai will tell you all what he heard.
Am I in range to hear that? Because I know I'm watching the basement.
The room's like not super big, so it's not very far to hear it.
Oh, okay.
I assume ear reach is like minimum, like.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, you definitely would hear it.
Okay.
Dog goes barking.
Knowing that he just said that, I'll go ahead and divulge the information that I have.
Okay.
I say, wait, that egg has to go back to the Genesis tree. There's one. if I'm not mistaken, the Genesis tree was back over in the chapel, right?
Yes, I believe I said established
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, the Genesis tree is back over in the chapel, but it's also in a derelict right now as well.
In other words, the tree seems to be dead, for about lack of better words. But bless you, whoever that is. But we have two connecting points now. Maybe it's time to go visit this chapel.
Hmm. I mean, does Sarai want to keep a hand on it, or like,
Well,
should I keep?
he did take his hand off it. He said he did.
I mean, I'm asking if he wants to like keep it near him or something, considering it seems to like him more. Then again, I'm not sure if it's just gonna continue talking and it might lead to insanity, but that's all up to him.
I mean, it might not even be insanity.
It might not be insanity, but hey, it could get annoying.
So I asked the party, do we have anything to place it inside of, because it's glowing and it's hard to, hide and stuff with it glowing.
Not sure if it'll talk, but I can hold it. Although Thurai is kind of getting tired at this point. I mean, it is nighttime. I did specify that the search that you guys just did would take pretty much the rest of the day, and it should be very much nighttime out there.
What about also the perception check that I had made earlier?
I actually need to look at it right quick. 21. So while all this is going on, you hear shuffling downstairs.
Okay. But we have the door locked, right?
I believe it was open right now.
No, I thought the Rai said he closed the door and locked it, didn't he?
Bray Bear has the key, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I thought he said, okay. So did Bray Bear close it or no?
I think he kept
did
it
not.
open.
Wait, did you or not?
I did not keep it open.
Okay, so he locked it. Okay.
Oh, you did
I
lock.
mean, I did not close it. My bad. Dyslexia shit.
Okay, so he did keep it open. Yeah. Okay, that's what I was. That's what I thought I heard.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna make the mention. By the way, there is shuffling going on downstairs. What did you guys find down there again?
Some kind of creature. What exactly? What was the details again? It was something about someone downstairs. Really interesting respond. I think you said it had some like thing embedded in the back of a humanoid corpse. Yeah, like some claws, kind of grasping onto the head.
You know, now that you mention that, it's something I also remember from what I found upstairs in the journal. Um, those creatures called the Saru, they can also possess people. Maybe that's how they possess them.
Maybe.
So if they possess people, how do we know that no one here is, under their control?
Well, not us in per se. It's more or less. They start from what we found from like the mayor's journal upstairs. The fifth month in, with the Saru becoming highly aggressive, which they used to not be because of the mist that's around here.
That was a year. By the way, make sure the mention of years. It was
Yeah,
years ago that.
How many years ago?
I wanted to say it was like. I want to say. I think I said 5.
5 years ago. Okay, so like this was like 5 years ago, by the way. Um, that in the fifth month of this, so this is like still pretty far back, over 4.5 years ago. The Saru started also to possess the hunters as well. And this town seemed to have a bunch of different hunters, go out to, get whatever livestock that was, or whatever, game was that was around here back for the village. Um, but that said as well, he also mentioned that's what also what he mentioned with the Genesis tree being dead, and that's near 5 years ago. That's not a good sign. And then also, God, there's so much stuff. Also, with those sort of possessing the hunters and everything else like that too, back 4.5 years ago and more. Yeah, just I don't think anybody in this village is going to be friendly at this point. I think they're all going to be possessed.
I do want to make one quick retcon to the journal that this would probably be mentioned is that it's not a big detail, but it is a detail on how they're possessed. It would tell you that there is some kind of like stone-like ephesus attached to the back of their head, because you even from the front view you would see like the claws kind of like attached to it on its sides.
Well, then, yeah, that pretty much just tells us that the person downstairs is completely possessed because they have that happening to them right now. So yeah, that's pretty much just a possessed hunter down there.
Yeah,
Or
that sounds surprising.
or maybe
And
even a townsperson. Who knows?
it could be, yeah, but the thing is that like this happened, near 5 years ago, and the mayor disappeared 5 years ago. So I mean, he escaped the town to try to find help for it. So
Yeah, if we could try to talk, they probably wouldn't be friendly.
exactly.
Huh? Yeah. I will just to make sure that we establish like because Bray Bear did bring up a point like how would we know they're possessed? It's like you did see the information about how they would be possessed.
Yeah. So yeah, that's nonetheless that's pretty much how we would know that they'd be no bueno to talk to.
So basically, that thing's coming upstairs right now.
Well, just all I heard was shuffling downstairs. It didn't necessarily say it was like climbing upstairs.
Yeah, but there's nothing else downstairs that's out of the ordinary except that. So,
Aquacilus,
Yep.
you hear creaking of wood.
Oh, okay. Well, now I know it's coming up the stairs.
I asked the party, those who can see into the dark, if they see anything.
I mean, I can look down there to see if there is or not.
You do. You see a humanoid figure walking up the stairs, slowly but surely.
Well, yeah, there's a humanoid figure. I'm gonna guess it's the guy downstairs you guys were talking about.
You have dark vision, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I don't remember the full details on dark vision exactly, like how much detail you can actually make out. But when you look at this person, he doesn't look like he's decayed at all. Like he still looks like a normal person otherwise. If it wasn't for the literal claw marks you could see on the side.
Okay.
And his eyes are glassy. He looks like he's in pain.
Okay.
Do you choose to share the information?
Yeah, I'll pretty much mention that. It's like, it doesn't look like he's. I don't think he's actually lost a day of age since he's been possessed, and looks like he's in pain right now. I wonder if we could separate it from them without killing them.
We should
Oh
try
my.
that out.
We can ensnare it and see what we can do.
Sure, I guess.
I mean, there's two options. Two different options I see at least that you could do. But I'm not saying the other because well.
I was gonna say, yeah. There's two options that could happen. Meeting ends. just,
I mean,
just the timing was
Yeah,
perfect.
total cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah, I was just gonna say the two options I see is yeah, you could try capturing it, or you could close the door.
Well, I have the key, and I'm all about trying to help people. So y'all might have to knock me out first, if that's what y'all choose.
Hmm. Ooh, wait, who has the egg right now?
I believe that's the right.
Okay, did you actually give it to him?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, it was never specified that I handed it over to him, so I might still have it. But
I will leave it. I will decide. Let you guys decide if you handed it over or not.
Excuse me.
But it does matter.
Was it?
That's you.
Okay.
it looks like he's holding it. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, you hear all this going on, and you hear two words. Don't. The other
That's
word you
what
hear is in prison. Don't. And actually, I'll add that. Actually, no, because I rolled high enough. You hear don't. No, actually, you don't hear don't. I'll say that. Sorry, I'm doing this off the spur of the moment thing because this is based on a roll thing. So you hear imprison it. That's what you hear. Imprison it. And it's the same voices you heard from before with the egg. Okay, what do you do with that information?
do you tell us?
Well,
What
he
you
has to type it out.
Oh,
So you're just going to tell him? Okay. So he tells you that the words he heard from the egg is imprison it. What do you guys do?
Well, I mean, aside from him, I'm pretty sure I do have a spell for that. I think. Let me see.
I might have entangled. Oh, hold up. I do not. Okay. I do have frostbite, which I guess I could do at his feet.
I mean, you
I mean,
also.
I have a fire rune.
I mean, you have simple options also. It didn't specify how imprison it. You literally do have a door right there you could lock.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I do want to help this person at the same time, though.
I mean, the only thing the egg said was imprison it.
I will remember to say that they did tell you guys that this thing is ingrained into their flesh.
Mm-hmm.
So chop it out, I guess.
Well, if it's ingrained into
Again,
their
it'd be
flesh,
very-
they might kill them.
Yeah.
I guess you chop it and then I heal them or something, or I don't know.
I mean, that's solving for too much. Because if it's ingrained deep in their flesh.
Okay, interesting. What you got for me? I'm gonna experiment. What you got for me? I'm
I mean, it's
curious.
not their fault that they're taken over.
Yes, it is.
Well, it could be, but still, I do want to try to help them at least.
Interesting. It pulses once.
Smart thinking.
Okay. I will make a note. Alcazilis, this thing is halfway up the stairs now.
Okay.
You've got about 15, you got about maybe 10 feet left before it gets to the doorway.
So are we imprisoning this thing, or what are we doing?
Okay, so you mean to imprison it or not? Pulse twice if imprison or once to not. It pulses twice.
Okay, we can impress a president in this room. I'm just gonna try to break the staircase at this point. Like,
Or I can shut the door. You know, that's
yeah, but we could break the staircase, and that way it can't get up the remainder of the stairs, and then shut the door. Have like
yeah.
fail
But knowing
safe.
how you roll, you're probably gonna break the staircase and fall through it. So
I mean, there's worse things.
but then you're shut down there in the same place with
Uh,
the thing.
that's true. Yeah, I'll just close the door. I mean,
Okay, so you close the door. Brave Bear, I assume you lock it?
Yep, I lock it.
Okay. Just as you close the door and lock it, you hear something bang against the door.
banging on the door. Banging on the door.
You also hear, very similar to a zombie, the groans and just kind of like, you know what I'm talking about, essentially, like just the groans of like what a zombie would sound like, but not exactly. It's a little
Brains.
not that way. It's just kind of a drawn out like anguish to groan, kind of like that. It might break down the door, but at the same time, it doesn't look like it's doing much to the door. It's not really shaking very much as it is like, as you would think if it was trying to actually break down the door. Like, if that makes sense. Like, maybe it's not strong enough to do it.
All right. So from what I remember, we're kind of tired because it's already night, and we currently have that thing in prison, but we don't know if it's gonna break through the door while all of us are resting. So some of us are probably gonna have to keep an eye on the door.
Yep.
Or we can move the
Sir,
heavy barrels in front of the door.
That's if we can move them.
Well, we're all down here, and as a group, we can probably try.
How heavy were the barrels?
just kidding. Honestly, I'm going to say that. What is your base strength again?
My base strength is 18.
Yeah, you can move them.
-3.
Yeah, you can move them pretty much. Not with like ease, but you could definitely move them by yourself without real struggle.
Well, how heavy are they?
I'd say probably about 200, 250 pounds.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's almost near my full lifting capacity at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Thought I could just roll them into place. I could just tip them over and roll them faster, but that's it.
I mean, these things are full of food, so they're probably good. If you try to do that, it would probably spill out. Because these
have lids?
They do, but
okay,
the lids look a little unsturdy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just walk them over there then.
Yep. So I will also say Sarvati is going to say, normally I wouldn't mind taking a shift, but I really think tomorrow I'm going to need to be at full strength.
Understood. I'll keep first watch then.
Okay, that's first watch. Who's doing his second watch?
I guess me.
Okay. With that being said, I'm going to also do this. Typically, I don't do this, but at least the middle of a session, but everyone level up.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think I think it's justified with all the information you guys have found out. The thing that's been going on, because I'm rewarding you guys for lore gathering as well.
Understandable. Because if all we had to level up through was fights, then
It'd be
it'd be
boring.
a pain in the ass. Yeah.
All right. So everyone level up to 5. Because I believe you guys were at 4.
Yes. That
Mhm.
that is how math works.
Well, I don't remember exactly like. Long story short, I didn't remember off the top of my head like what was the last level you guys were at. Let's see. Okay. All right. I'm actually leveling up Sarvati as well because
So are feats good or no?
yes, they can be.
But we don't get that right now at 5, do we not?
You get a lot of stuff
We're
actually at
level
5.
8, so
Huh? I mean, we got extra attack at 5, but that's about it.
But that's very good.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying no.
Ooh, wait, what does this do?
I finally get my first second level spell. Oh, let's go.
My Constitution increased to 6, or my
I don't
my
know.
saving
I
my
see. I
strength.
feel pretty cool right now. I got Moonbeam. Anyways,
Must be nice.
gonna attack him with the power of the moon.
Ooh, that interesting. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys decide. What do you want Sarvati to be? Do you want her to be more? What's the word I'm looking for? Do you want her to be more of a tech kind of parrot, kind of sorcerer, or do you want her to be more damage output?
Her damage
So
output's already pretty good already as it is.
yeah,
So you want her to have a little more tech?
Probably a little more tech. Yeah.
but yeah, could be more useful in the long run.
Okay.
Misty step. Oh
I have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'll say that was 1, 4.
yeah.
Technically, that could be 1. I got 5 options. I'm going to let you guys choose. I want you to vote on the numbers between 1 and 5.
4.
Okay. Artorias votes
12.
for 4.
4, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I vote 4? Okay. That's 3. So let's see. First one was that. So that's 1. It's 2, 3, 4. Okay. Cool. You learned that spell now. I'm not going to say what. With that being said, now that everyone's done leveling up, I also want everyone to take a long rest. Nothing happens in the middle of the night. Normally, I would wait until after the session to do that, but honestly, I felt like it was close enough as it was last session, but not quite there. So I figured this would be a good point to go ahead and level you guys up to 5. All right. So,
Very nice.
with that being said, y'all take a long rest. Other than maybe occasional bang against the door, which eventually does stop, you don't hear anything. You don't have anything happen in the middle of the night. So y'all take a long rest and completely refresh in the morning. I do want to note, when you look outside, through the window, it still looks like it's relatively dark. It's not, but it's still lit up a little bit, but not very. This mist is very, what's what I'm looking for? Encumbering of this town. So, that being said, what do y'all do?
Well, I'm pretty sure next thing that was on our list to do was head up to the tree, wasn't it? Or the chapel?
Yeah.
And if I remember right, I said the chapel was on the west side of town.
Mm-hmm. How much have we gone through the entire town?
Other than maybe a little section, you've gone through the entire town. So you've pretty much you've searched like 95% of the town.
We can always just come back and check that chest later, so I guess we'll head to the chapel.
Okay.
Unless everyone else agrees and has something else.
All right. If you guys decide, yeah, you guys could go straight to the chapel. And there's not really anything there. There's not really anything on the way there. This is thin to some, but it's not so thin that it doesn't block out the sun still, sort of. So, that being said, yeah, no, you guys have searched a good chunk of the town already. Like if you went a little bit further last night, you would have completely searched the entire town. Interesting was trying to point out the something, and it was like, yeah.
Makes sense.
If I recall, you did mention that there was a treasure chest in this part of town. I think I mentioned it actually about the 50% mark, actually, I think.
Yeah, it was. And that's also where the chapel was at, too.
Yep.
Alright, guess we can search the chest on our way over to the chapel.
Maybe.
I mean, if everyone else agrees, then yeah.
Well,
I mean, you don't see me not agreeing.
okay, so what I want everyone to do then is I want everyone to do... Yeah, I want everyone to do an investigation check.
Oh, I finally did it! Oh, I finally did it!
We broke the barrier, boys!
Got that egg one! Let's go!
Oh, wait, something happened. I can't roll.
Nice!
I don't know why. But honestly, I'm gonna say the 20 is enough, so even if you rolled low, that's fine. Because Artorias rolled high, so
What's going on? I can't roll.
not a clue why. Maybe you have to restart your browser for the thing? Maybe? I don't know. So I will say you did find the location of the chest.
Can't reach the page. What the hell?
Not a clue why. What's going on?
-1. Everybody else
And
can't reach the
Discord
page.
crash. Okay, what the hell?
Not sure what that's doing. Why are you trying to figure that out? Okay, so as far as the chest goes, you do see it. Thanks to Artorias pointing it out. It is on the way, sort of. You have to go slightly out of your way, but not very. When you get up to the chest, this is obvious. There's a mark of Matura on it.
I mean, all right, stand back, boys. I'm about to open this chest up.
Alright, hopefully you make a good roll this time.
I won't even require him to roll. I just need to know what he's doing. because I'm not going to
guess I'll
record
go to open the chest if it has a sign of Matura on it. See, as last time that's how the door opened.
Okay. You see the symbol light up for you, and you feel the slight presence of the wind that you normally do after you pray. And because of that, that's cocked. Eight. 15. Hey, choose a number between 5 and 20.
12.
Okay. Multiply 12 times 58.
Okay, look, I'm not that good at math all the time. Okay.
Bull crap, don't even. Bull crap, I've seen you solve problems harder than that off the
Anyway,
top of your head.
696, but
96? Or 696?
696.
Nice. I will also say that was just a random roll, by the way, for that number. You get 69,600 gold.
How am I supposed to carry this?
Actually, wait, the hell? What happened to our fucking our guild funds or loot funds?
That might be why I'm giving you this much.
Oh yeah, because
Because I don't
Kinda
remember how
lost-
much she had
kind of
exactly.
lost our bank.
I don't remember how much she had exactly on her, so that's why I'm kind of like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they.
Okay. So you see the amount of the money in there, within like different jewels, gold coins, stuff like that, platinum bars, such like that.
The hell not connected, some damn bitch.
The thing is that this treasure chest isn't that big, but yet somehow all this stuff fit in.
Oh. Is there a way how to make it smaller?
Well, it depends. What is your character thinking or saying right now?
Am I smart enough to know what the hell this really is? I mean, I'm just kind of looking at it going like, I put my head in and I keep getting gold out. I don't know what to do about this. Like every time I put my hand in, it doesn't seem to empty.
What's your character thinking right now? Just that?
I'm pretty much just I I wouldn't know at this point in time. My character just would not know.
Okay. Let me make a roll right quick. See if something happens. That's cocked. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You hear a whisper on the wind. And you hear the words, command it.
One second. Command it.
And it's very obvious it's Batora.
Oh
Like-
yeah, no, I got that much. I was just trying to look at something really quick.
Well, I'm putting it out because I rolled a nat 20.
Oh, okay, fine.
Nice.
I guess I'm just gonna say shrink.
When you say the word shrink, the chest turns small.
Effectively, we have our first wallet, guys.
And what I'm going to assume you're picking it up, so
Yeah.
as you pick it up, it does not feel any heavier than maybe a small stone. But if you shake it a little bit, you hear all the gold inside still.
All right.
There is a specific item that it's called, but I don't remember off the top of my head, so I'm going to look it up. So essentially, right now, you have a chest that could be essentially kind of like
Chest, a chest of holding.
something like that. So, that being said, think it was a bag.
But then we decided to search that chest.
Yeah, it's a bag. It's effectively a bag of holding, except for it's a chest. So essentially, if you're gonna add an item, add a thing called bag of trick, or not bag of tricks, bag of holding.
Nice, so we can basically stuff things in there.
Yes.
All right.
Now we could have an Inception moment go on where I take the chest and I put it in my bag.
Why?
I have a bag that holds
Christ.
the chest of holding.
So with that being said, you have found that chest now.
Strange how we only found one chest out of the entire town, but alright.
It's strange that you found a chest at all.
I mean,
Well,
it
yeah,
seems like
sure.
I mean, this town is pretty. How do I put this? This town is it's pretty it's pretty much kept by Matora, but it's pretty plagued right now. So from the seams of it,
Understandable.
I mean, we've had seals that were like only worshippers or followers of Matora could open, or it was friendly towards. I mean, so
All right. So now that you have this chest, what do y'all do?
probably book it over to the church, right? I mean,
Yeah, that was our original plan. The treasure chest was just a side bonus.
yes.
Okay. So you guys walk on over to this chapel. And as you walk up to this chapel, you notice that it's you notice that there is some greenery around the place. The temple in itself looks like it's sort of fallen into disrepair, where it's covered in vines, but there are some chapels of Matora specifically that have this kind of design, I guess is the best way to put it, where it is covered with shrubbery and stuff like that on the actual building itself too. But this one, when the shrubbery touches effectively like the stairway that leads upwards, excuse me, like if it's touching the actual ground but not the actual stairway, so like
Yeah.
imagine this is like the stairway here and then off to the side it's not, you notice that the leaves are dead on the shrubbery. On the actual walls itself though, the shrubbery is fine. And as you guys walk up this stairway, you hear a small, constant clang. It almost sounds like someone working at a forge, but slightly different. What do y'all do?
Well, I mean, it's probably best we check it out
Mm-hmm.
stealthily, so because we don't know if it's an enemy or not.
So I guess I'll post watch since stealth ain't my thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably gonna have to make a stealth check, aren't we?
I'm also trying to see if interesting's still here or not.
Said he'd be
Oh, yeah.
right back from.
Yeah, I did say that. I noticed that Braver is gone, but
I think he's trying to fix his internet.
yeah. But we also don't got super much longer today anyways, so.
True that.
But with that being said, while we're waiting for Thrai anyways, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Mm. Oh, hey, my stealth went up by one. Nice. Did dice not roll?
I don't see it.
Better than nothing.
There it goes. Okay. 13. 13. Yeah, you hear this. You hear the clanging stop for a moment, but it goes back to. It just continues after that. All right, and Thurai, I want you to go ahead and make a stealth check for me, please. Yeah. Okay. Same story. Nothing changed. So, Thurai, I will say that your characters notice that this temple is covered in shrubbery, and based on the fact that it's a Matura temple, it's pretty common design to see. Not common, but it is a design you do see at temples for Matura. But when the shrubbery that's on the temple itself touches the ground, like the actual ground, not like stairway or whatever, it dies. Like it looks withered. The shrubbery on the walls look fine until it touches the ground. In case you did not hear that. And there is a constant sound of like someone's working at a forge, but slightly different.
Oh boy, I can't wait to hear the boss music.
I mean... Okay,
If
cool.
it's possible.
I mean... There's only one song I think of when I hear boss music. Oh, it's...
I mean, I wouldn't know. I hear a lot of different songs in my head.
There's very...
Okay, back. Sorry.
Okay. If we're talking about boss music, at least for D&D, I'm thinking this. I just posted in Discord. Something,
yeah, let's see.
Something occupying the temple, post one yet, post two. No. Yeah, it pulses twice. Wait, no, sorry, once. I misread that. Well, I'm going to tell you right now that there is not going to be a fight. We don't have enough time today.
Well, not yet. Yeah, next time. Let's see how.
There's also some details I need to work out, anyways.
Yeah, true.
Because I wasn't sure how far we were going to get today, so I didn't prepare the boss.
Understandable. You probably weren't even expecting to get to the boss today.
It just depended on what happened, but at the same time, like I haven't had a ton of time to work on this session. You think you have an idea of what this egg is? Okay. I'm curious what you... If anything, if you don't want to tell everyone else, just message me. But with that being said, so what are you guys doing?
Well, we're gonna have to face the music of this boss anyways, eventually. But it's probably best we at least have, the upper hand by stick attacks, just in case. So I'm gonna stealthily check.
You see a large, shadowy figure. I'm going to put it that way only for now, because I need to look up a few things and check a few things on some details before I commit to it. So I'm going to put it that way, and I will retcon next week.
Got it.
So for now, I'm going to leave it as a large shadowy figure that doesn't have a definitive design. I guess is the best word I'm looking for. But yeah, so I do want to say that I do want to make a note that while you guys were walking through the town, the egg wasn't stopped glowing, but it was dim, really dim. And in this temple, the egg's not. It's glowing brighter, but it's not enough to give off like where you guys are.
Mm.
And with that being said, you hear a voice. And the voice is coming from the room where where this tree is at.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm at it, real quick, this tree that you see looks transparent. It has
Mm.
dead branches, very withered looking like tree. A tree in itself is an almost emerald green in color. And there is no vibrancy to this tree. But you do notice that it glows very similar to the egg.
Hmm. Interesting.
And with that, the person that's in front of the tree turns his head and calls out, "I know you're there."
Ah, shit.
And that's where we're going to end today's episode. All right, so before we end officially, I want you guys to join me in Discord right quick. I know
Okay.
that you can't talk through eyes, so just join me to listen, please. So just waiting for Artorias. All right, there he is. Okay. So, thoughts?
So far, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I think it was good. I mean, there's a good amount of lore building and everything else like that. There's a lot of good tension going on right now as well. So,
I do want to say that Interesting had a theory that he shared with me, and I'm not going to share it with you guys. I want your guys' theories. What do you guys think?
My theory. Honestly, so far, my theory is just mainly the fact that this seems like it's kind of connected to Norse mythology, I believe, because I remember about a huge tree involving a glowing yellow tree involved in it. So I'm like, I'm not entirely sure, but
well, in Norse mythology, there's the tree of mortality, it's tree of mortality Yggdrasil, and
yeah.
there's the serpent that lies at the bottom of the tree called Nidhogg that eats at the roots of mortality. It's just pretty much supposed to signify why people die, but but yeah, no, no, this has actually been really good, and it's actually interesting to see. Like, I'm kind of wondering why the egg was taken away from the tree in the first place. That's the bigger thing. That's my question.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your theory right now, Pink?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that the mayor took the egg away from the tree for some reason or not. Don't know why. He just took it away from the tree. It'd probably be best try to catch up with this guy and ask him questions, but we're at the tree now. I think we literally skipped a bit of story by accident. So
Maybe it
uh,
wasn't supposed to happen.
maybe not, but again, like I said, it's kind of like how we found the secret chamber and the cryptolith or whatever a long time back. So yeah,
It may be something that I'm saving for later. Reoccurring themes.
yeah, there's that too.
Mm-hmm. There might be a place we have to return to since, like, like a long while back in the line.
I
Like,
think
getting down that we
I
had to
think
go
I
back.
get why it got stolen. What's your theory then? Interesting. And you can tell them what theory you had. Because honestly, I'm kind of curious to see what everyone's thoughts is about this trade exactly. Because I know what my thoughts are on this tree.
It was probably protecting the people before it died 5 years ago. How correct, right? I mean, this is just a theory, though.
I will say there was no mention of the tree protecting them necessarily.
Probably not, but they weren't attacked
Well,
by...
let me correct myself. There's no mention of the tree dying 5 years ago.
True. But that's the time when the people started getting possessed by said enemies, and they didn't bother them at all back then, so it could have involved the tree.
Yeah, my only issue with a possessed stealing it right now is the fact that how they've gotten in the house. Like that means that whoever was in the house either had to have been the mayor who got possessed at last second by a Saru, or it had to be somebody else who just somehow got in the house, which is weird. So
I mean,
The person that could have stolen it probably was human before they were possessed.
maybe.
Been an enemy of ours that we're gonna face in the future, or it could have been someone that was trying to do something good, but at the end ended up paying the price.
Who knows?
Who knows? We'll only find out in the future.
So, thoughts on this session?
Really enjoyed it.
yeah, it was good.
It's good. Anything that you like? Anything you guys liked in particular?
Well, the funny moments when we failed our roles. Those are definitely funny moments.
Yes, the neg one.
I also still enjoy the fact that no one was like even slightly curious about the egg.
Well, I mean, I'm very curious about it. Yeah, it's just like I was the one that held did it. Basically, tried to get people to touch it, but they all didn't even attempt to try it, except maybe 2 people.
Let's put it this way: I did not want to touch the egg because I just didn't want another thing. Like, I'm sorry. I felt like something else was gonna happen. I'm like, no, I want others to have fun. No more. You can't make me. Stupid chest.
So you were
bag of
tempted, but
holding.
you just.
I still was given the damn chest of holding. Fucking chest of holding.
Honestly, that was more of an excuse for me to just say like,
Oh no,
I don't remember
that
how
made
much money you
sense,
had.
though. Yeah, that made sense. I was like, oh wait, yeah, we do have money somewhere. And the person who had the money, she's gone. Uh-oh.
I wasn't about to completely screw you over.
Yeah, we would have to do quite a lot of missions.
No, we would have done a side quest to go kill Hebe. That'd been the side quest. The side quest would have been to go find Hebe, take our money back, and kill her, so she could never do it again, even if she did it off of innocence.
Discipline our Pokemon.
To splat the ball, get the money back.
Jeez. Yeah, you guys.
Take your equipment and sell it while we're at it.
Kick that gold digger.
Wow. Wow. I'm just sorry it just went mine as well. That's pretty much the only reason why I made Sarvati do it. But at the same time, I also rolled to see if she would. And she rolled a nat 1, so she was like morbidly curious.
Jesus Christ.
How curious are you? -1. Very curious. Let's touch this egg. We're going all in.
It was literally a nat 1, so it's like I can't get much of a worse roll.
Yeah.
So I was like, and then I had her make some checks, and yeah, they were on the better side of the rolls that did happen with like you, Artorias. They
No,
weren't.
yeah, I got lucky.
They weren't enough to justify something happening like with interesting, but they were enough to say, yeah, this is definitely gonna show that something happens when you guys mess with the egg.
Hmm. I mean, at least we didn't necessarily mess with it. We were just touching it, trying to figure out something, and lo and behold, we did.
Yeah.
Did it?
Otherwise, God knows what could happen. All those saving throws gave me a heart attack, though. Because, damn, I was doing a lot of them.
Hey man, I had to change it up somehow.
I know, and it's very amusing. I'm having fun despite, having some form of fear.
Hey man, like honestly, it's like it can't just be completely happy-go-lucky kind of thing all the time. There's gotta be some tense horror moments at least.
Oh, definitely. I don't, mind this. I really love horror, so yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly, like the describing the whole basement scene, honestly, it was very much spur of the moment kind of explaining, but at the same time, I think I made it creepy enough.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it could have gone worse. We could have met those goblins there. Those weird guys. Ugh.
Are you sure there were goblins?
Well, I mean, not these weren't goblins, thankfully, but still,
I mean,
you
the
never
things
know.
outside could have been goblins. They could have not been goblins. Who knows?
Anything could have been a goblin.
Yeah.
They could be a threat. They could not be a threat. You never know.
I
Roll
do.
that 20, then you'll figure it out.
I mean, I personally do, but I'm not telling.
Of course you would.
I'm the DM. Of course I'm not telling. Why would I spoil the story? That's not fun.
Of course it's not fun. That's what makes it interesting.
Exactly. People say, I don't care if I get spoiled. I'm like, boy, yeah, you do. It's just not near as interesting.
Yeah. It becomes more interesting if you don't know what's going on, and then you find out what's going on in the future.
Exactly. Where's the fun if you know everything now?
Mm-hmm.
What would be the point of adventure? There is none.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What D&D is about, the adventure.
Mm-hmm.
It's D&D.
I mean, what's the point of finding out the main villain is probably your future self if you're, if there's all these twists and stuff? It'll just be stupid.
Yeah. Well, it's also like I'm really glad that none of y'all have played the game this is all referencing from right now. I'm really glad. Because this would be so obvious. Like, everything I'm doing is, like, the most obvious I could be with this reference to the game.
Well, I mean, we all weren't born necessarily the same year and play the same game, so yeah.
Well, I get that, but my point is like,
Makes it more entertaining.
You never know. Sometimes people play really obscure stuff, and there's the chance that one of you guys may have played it. Who knows? I know one. I only really know one other person that's played this game, and he's one of my best friends.
Yeah, it makes sense. The bosses are kind of interesting. However, the first guy we fought was creepy as hell.
You mean Clown Dude?
Yeah, the clown dude that spoke in rhymes.
Hey man, I had fun with that sort of.
I wouldn't doubt it. You were smiling most of the time when you were talking in rhymes.
I mean, I might have been just acting out the character.
Either way, you seem to be enjoying it.
Dude, I had been playing that dude for a while. Like at that point, to be fair, at that point, like I had been waiting a couple weeks for you guys to meet this dude.
So you were excited.
Of course I was excited. I've been planning this for weeks.
Yeah, almost so I could die to that guy. Actually, no, I didn't even get damaged, but still.
Yeah,
God knows what he could have to be if he teleported.
I mean, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna try to prep something for next week for you guys. Well, actually, it won't be next week. Maybe. I don't know, actually. We'll see. I'm gonna probably say for now, next week is canceled. Only because I will be flying out next week. So there's a pretty good chance I won't be able to. But keep your ears open. For now, assume that it is canceled.
Got it.
I do. So this will give me time to prep everything like that. I might not do a lot. Maybe this coming week and the week after, and the week I am back in Florida, because this week is going to be prep for this trip, and then the next week is going to be Disney trip. So so there might not be a lot getting done, but I'll try to get something done in preparation for whenever we meet next.
Okay.
Yeah, and who knows? On your trip, you might even find some more ideas.
Oh, I already have ideas of where to look for my inspiration for this next boss coming up. I just need to. I don't remember a specific boss in the game I'm thinking from. I'm trying to remember it, and I'm blanking on it a little bit right now. So I'm going to go look that up, and I'll have a general idea of what this boss is going to be. I might try to tweak it a little bit to be my own, but yeah. But like this effectively this entire general idea is like kind of like almost carbon copy and paste of like the story from this game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm kind of glad none of y'all have played.
Yeah, it makes it more entertaining.
Exactly. And honestly, like I think this game was a great game, just didn't get enough love.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I seem to be enjoying it so far. So yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to keep you guys too much longer because it is now 5. So I will go ahead and catch you guys later. So we will see each other in about a week or two now.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Yep, you too.
You too.
Later.